My husband and I have gone on around 25 trips over the last 4 years that out of pocket would have cost anywhere between $20,000 and $40,000, but we went for free using points and miles. So how did we do it? Today, we're covering my favorite travel rewards strategy, updated for 2023 and featuring Benét Wilson, the former senior credit cards editor at The Points Guy and freelance aviation journalist. So let's dive in. The very brief explanation of travel rewards as a concept is that credit card companies will give you points or miles. The terms are often used interchangeably in exchange for spending money using your credit card as an enticement to get you to use the card. Before I give you the rundown on the strategy and how it works, there are 3 important prerequisites to read about credit health, and we will put them in the description below. Okay, time for some strategizing. First, an overarching truth in the travel reward world is that Chase, which uses the term ultimate rewards, and American Express, which uses membership rewards, are kind of the 2 major powerhouses. So ultimate rewards points are usually more valuable point for point than membership rewards points, but having access to both programs is key if you are looking for ultimate flexibility. There's also one major policy to be aware of here known as the Chase 524 rule. So Chase has this rule that basically only allows you to be approved for 5 credit cards in every 24-month period. This is regardless of the issuer of the card. This is why some people often suggest getting cards that are issued by Chase first, then moving on to other banks like American Express, who have drawn no such hard line in the sand. The good news is our core strategy that we're going to talk about today, it only talks about acquiring 5 cards total over the period of about 15 months. So 1 new card every 90 days. So this rule should not burn you. You got all that? Okay, so we're going to start broad with card number 1. This is the card that's going to establish that you have credit already. So it's your no annual fee cashback card. This is a Discover It card, a Chase Freedom card, a Built card, an Amex Blue Cash Everyday card. You're only going to need to start with a card like this, though, if you don't already have credit cards, because it's just very difficult to be approved for more premium credit card products first. If you are getting your first cashback card to work your way into this specific system, I think the Chase Freedom Unlimited card is probably the most sensible move because you'll immediately begin earning ultimate rewards points on spending. And then when you level up later to a Sapphire product, which is a card with an annual fee, the points that you've already earned are going to become more valuable. So as of April 2023, this card comes with a $200 bonus after you spend $500 on purchases in the first 3 months, and it generates an unlimited 1.5% cash back on all purchases with added perks for dining and travel. Like I said, though, if you already have basic credit cards and you're good to go, there is no need to get another. So this is either a card number 1 or a skip. Card number 2 is the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. And here's why I like it best. So the Sapphire Preferred card is one of the most valuable cards out there. You get a lot of bang for your buck. Annual fee only $95, and you'll get $50 of it back in an annual hotel credit when you book through the Ultimate Rewards portal. Plus, you're going to get a 10% points bonus annually based on your card spending earned after you renew and pay your annual fee. You'll get an 80,000 point sign-up bonus at the time of this recording after you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of the account opening, which can easily be worth $1,000 or more in free travel when you transfer those points to a corporate partner. Even if you only get 1 free trip out of it, and then you downgrade to a Chase Freedom, you've basically paid $45 for a vacation, thanks to the sign-up bonus and the hotel credit. So it's effectively no lose. Where you maneuver next for cards 3, 4, and 5 is going to depend a lot on your travel priorities and if you have any travel coming up that you're trying to plan for. If you prioritize flexibility, get an Amex. It is a competitor that also complements the Sapphire line because it's going to give you access to the membership rewards portal and points. If you prioritize air travel, you might want to get yourself a Southwest card, assuming this carrier is prominent in your area and you're cool with flying coach, because this program co-brands with Chase and it has some of the most valuable, straightforward redemptions. And lastly, if you prioritize hotels, I'd probably go for the Marriott Bonvoy card or the Hyatt program next. So we'll talk airlines first, as this is my card number 3. The Southwest Rapid Rewards Priority Card is technically their most premium card product. It has a $149 annual fee, but the benefits offset the fee pretty easily, assuming you fly Southwest across North America, Central America, the Caribbean, Mexico, and you're going to get 7,500 anniversary points every year. You're going to get 25% cash back on in-flight purchases like your $8 Wi-Fi or your $5 drinks. You're going to get 4 upgraded boardings at a $40 value each. That's worth $160. And you're going to get a $75 annual Southwest travel credit. And I like Southwest because there is a ton of flexibility on changes, cancellations. There are no fees for any of that. So while I should disclaim that I did used to work there, Southwest is still my favorite from a rewards standpoint because it is relatively easy to earn and use points. They go a really long way, and it's the only program that offers a true companion pass benefit. If you can rack up 135,000 points in a year, I think the easiest way to do this is through sign up and referrals. You can designate someone to fly free with you for the rest of that calendar year and the entire following year, which is a benefit that's pretty hard to quantify since someone who flies a lot could easily rack up thousands of dollars in free flights for their companion. You just have to pay taxes and fees for the flight, which is usually $5.60 one way. Sometimes they'll also run promotional companion pass offers where you'll get some points and a companion pass for the rest of the year if you spend a certain amount of money. This is probably the best time to get the card. Right now, the bonus is not great. It's only 50,000 points, but I've seen it get up to 85K in recent years. Benét is also a really big fan of Southwest, but told me she actually doesn't carry the card anymore, which I can understand if you are trying to keep your strategy really simple, or you're not going for companion pass, or you want to load up all your spending on your other Chase and Amex cards.
Southwest is very simple. You get points based on how much you spend. And Southwest is easy. You can buy a point, you can buy it by points or buy it by money. And so there's no blackouts. Every seat is, if there's a seat on that plane, you can use your Rapid Rewards to buy it with your points. Here's the thing. I had the Rapid Rewards card, but I found that it is better to go with a travel card like American Express Green or Chase Sapphire Preferred or the premium cards, because you actually get more points and miles with those cards than you do with an airline card. I think about if I want to fly Southwest, and if I had the Chase Sapphire Preferred, that's one of their partners. So I can just transfer my points and live my happy life.
Let's talk about hotels in case flying isn't your thing or you're ready to move on. So Marriott Bonvoy's program is my pick for 2 reasons. Their credit card more than pays for itself, and you get total ubiquity of properties. You can always find a Marriott property at basically every price point and luxury preference. So as for the card, I like the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless, and here's what you'll get with that card. You get 17 points per dollar on spending at Marriott properties thanks to the automatic Silver Elite status multiplier. You'll get a free night award worth up to 35,000 points after your card anniversary, which is the benefit that pays for the annual fee every year. You'll get complimentary premium Wi-Fi while you're there, also thanks to the free Silver Elite status that you'll receive. Right now, the sign-up bonus is 3 free nights worth up to 50,000 points each, valued at 150,000 points total after you spend $3,000 on purchases in the first 3 months. Now, the annual fee is $95, which is more than offset by the annual free night award. But generally speaking, Bonvoy points are worth between 5 cents and 8 cents a point. So 150,000 of them is worth around $1,200 in free hotel credit. As for other hotel programs that are worthwhile, I asked Benét for her take.
I was a diehard Marriott fan for 35 years. And then we went through some series of events that had me very disappointed. And so I switched to Hyatt. And I actually wrote a story about it. It went viral. Why I left Marriott after 35 years and went to Hyatt. And I like Hyatt. The only thing I don't like about Hyatt is, they have the smallest number of actual hotels worldwide. So if I'm going to a smaller place, I'm not going to have a Hyatt, but I've got Marriott still as the backup. But I like that Hyatt has not stepped into dynamic pricing like the other hotel chains have. And you can get some really nice hotels at very reasonable prices.
Okay, so now it's time to talk about card number 5, which is the premium card. And even though premium cards come with a higher annual fee, they also tend to offer perks that are way above and beyond what you're going to get from a normal credit card, like travel insurance coverage, car rental insurance, access to exclusive vendors, 24/7 concierges, purchase protection, extended warranties. The list is long. So my personal favorite premium card is the Platinum card from American Express, and I will tell you why. First of all, you get that $100 credit for TSA PreCheck and global entry. You get up to $200 in statement credits per calendar year that covers incidental fees from your selected airline, like bag fees, change fees, cancel fees. You get up to $200 in statement credits on hotels in the Fine Hotels and Resorts or Hotel Collection bookings per calendar year. You get up to $200 annually in Uber Cash. You get a $300 Equinox credit on the digital app and eligible club memberships. You get a $189 annual Clear credit. You get $20 a month in streaming credits, $100 per year in Saks credits, and you get lounge access to Priority Pass and Centurion lounges, though it is worth noting that guest privileges for the Centurion Lounge are going away unless you spend more than $75,000 per year on the card. The Platinum card also offers concierge services when you are planning travel, dining, or events, and I've actually never personally used it, but I have friends who rave about how it's like having your own personal travel agent. The concierge even helped Benét select, purchase, and schedule installation for new kitchen appliances. They will do pretty much anything. We've never heard of them saying no to something. Assuming you used all of these statement credits, we are talking about $1,429 in annual recurring value, not including the once every 5 years TSA PreCheck credit, because you don't get that every year. Plus, when you book in the Fine Hotels and Resorts collection, typically these are going to be 5-star hotels, you'll get a daily breakfast credit for 2 during your stay. So free breakfasts and additional resort credits, which can really add up if you travel a lot. The annual fee, it's steep at $695. And right now the sign-up bonus is 80,000 points. But if you open the application in an incognito browser, you can sometimes get a higher offer. I opened it to test for this episode and I got an offer for 125,000 points. The other popular premium card out there is the Chase Sapphire Reserve with a $550 annual fee. But this is where a caveat is required. You can only have one Sapphire product at a time, and we already talked about the preferred. So if you decide to go for the Reserve card, you're going to want to get access to the Amex World of Membership Rewards points a different way. So my preferred strategy is having the Sapphire Preferred and the Amex Platinum. The opposite approach would be the Amex Gold and the Sapphire Reserve. I was curious, so I asked Benét which combination she prefers.
This is going to sound strange because I do have the Amex Platinum, but if I could go back again, I would get the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And here's why. They have the concierge too, but their benefits are much more extensive. They don't have the Amex Lounge, but have you tried to get into an Amex Lounge lately? It's ridiculous. They have primary coverage for car rentals. So with Amex Platinum, it's secondary. Again, the Reserve has more points for a broader travel and dining, although, you do get the 5 points per dollar spent on airlines. But if you're balancing it all out and you're looking at all the perks that come with the Sapphire Reserve, plus it's that $300 a year credit, which means the card is lower priced than the Amex Platinum. So if I were going to go back in time and do it again, I would get the Chase Sapphire Reserve and I would get the Amex Gold.
Importantly, the total annual fee costs in both combinations are very similar. Sapphire Preferred plus Amex Platinum is $790 per year. Sapphire Reserve plus Amex Gold is $800 per year. So pretty close. Which combination you choose is probably going to depend on how you specifically travel and the vendors that you like and what you use and what the sign-up bonuses are at the time you are starting. So right now, the Platinum and Preferred actually does have the better combination of up to 125,000 Amex points and 80,000 Chase points compared to Reserve and Gold, which is currently at 60,000 Chase points and 90,000 Amex points. But this changes over time, and sometimes the opposite will be true. You'll get the Sapphire Reserve's 60,000 point sign-up bonus after spending $4,000 in 3 months. Here's why some people prefer the Reserve card. You get a $300 annual travel credit to be used on any travel purchases charged to the card. You'll get Priority Pass lounge access. You'll get a $100 global entry or TSA pre-check statement credit. You'll get card member perks at the luxury hotel and resort collection, like upgrades and daily breakfast credits. You get complimentary Lyft Pink, Dash Pass, and Instacart memberships if those are important to you, and $240 in credits. And we haven't talked much about point multipliers on spending yet, but every year after you spend the $300 on travel, the Reserve card offers 10 times points on hotels and car rentals purchased through Chase, and 5 times on flights purchased through Chase, and 3 points on all other travel purchases. While Amex is going to give you a flat 5 times points on all travel purchases regardless of where or what you are booking. Then the Amex Gold. This comes with a $250 annual fee, but it gets you 4 times points on restaurants, takeout, and supermarkets. I get a lot of points this way with my Gold card. $120 dining credit with specific vendors like Grubhub or Goldbelly, access to the hotel collection, and $100 in credits, and then a $120 Uber credit, which I also use for Uber Eats. Assuming you followed my exact strategy, you got the Amex Platinum card, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the Southwest Priority, and the Bonvoy Boundless, you'd be paying roughly $1,034 in annual fees each year. But as you can see from our breakdown, if you travel even semi-frequently, you're gonna more than cover your annual fees and get a lot of sign-up bonuses. And if you're part of a couple and you want to double up, you can refer one another to the cards once you have them. So they'll get a sign-up bonus and you'll get a referral bonus, and you can kind of double up on your fun. We're going to link a few other resources in the description, most of which are going to expand on the things we've talked about today, like the free Money with Katie Travel Rewards 101 series, which is going to take this information, go into more detail about things like transferring to partners, travel rewards as a couple, and more. Finally, it's fair to say the entire credit card system is, at best, designed to make money as the middleman, but they also take advantage of people who get in over their heads financially by charging exorbitant interest rates and fees. Overall, the credit card companies are probably not going to lose on the whole, and things can go really sideways if you get in over your head. But if you play your cards right, pun intended, there are a lot of benefits to reap. And if you want to hear the full episode of this week's Money with Katie show, click the link in the description of this video. And before we go, comment below what you thought the most interesting part of our conversation was, and remember to like and subscribe to our channel. I will see you next week, same time, same place on the Money with Katie show. Our show is a production of Morning Brew and is produced by Henna Velez and me, Katie Gatti-Tossan. Devin Emery is our chief content officer, and our video editors are Christy Muldoon, Sebastian Vega, and Nicole Friedman. Additional fact-checking comes from Kate Brandt.